Apriorian Consulting. An Introduction. Narrator Jenny Lin. Apriorian Consulting is a business servicing the faith-based community. Apriorian expertise is in the field of faith-based investing. Apriorian specializes in producing videos and other materials on faith-based investing for faith-based communities looking to create works of faith. Without faith, the fruits of the Spirit are not present. The stronger the faith, the less risk investments represent. Apriorian believes in the absolute importance and centrality of faith when it comes to making investment decisions. Apriorian Consulting views faith as secularists might consider energy, that is, as the active ingredient in faith-based reality. The mission objectives of Apriorian Consulting is to enhance faith-based investing in three fields: the economic, political, and religion sectors, and in three ways. Faith investing refers to faith in the Spirit, self, faith in believers, church, and faith in the Creator. Prior discussions on faith are devoid of biblical substance. Faith has been widely and systematically misrepresented by earlier commentators as something akin to emotion. To have faith in God is promoted as having a good feeling about God. There is no way a person can have faith subjectively. Faith demands objective rigor. Faith demands quantification and predictability. We cannot have faith in something that cannot be trusted after a rigorous investigation into its nature. Faith demands an investment produce real, measurable results. To have faith, or for faith to have real power, we must demonstrate, conclusively, that faith leads to the creation of works of real value. The Bible teaches that works of faith produces fruits of the Spirit. We are known by our works. Without results, faith is made of no account, it is made a thing with no value. Consider, if you will, the environmentalist movement. The effort to reduce carbon emissions or energy use by Greens threatens to push mankind back into the Stone Age. Reducing waste is important, but there must be a way to validate these kinds of policies. There must be a way to quantify the efforts to save the planet that gives us policies we can truly believe in. The environmentalist movement needs a method all of us can believe in. All policymakers and activists of all kinds need a method by which the observer can quantify and verify these policy suggestions. Apriorian asks, what has to happen before the disinterested observer can have faith in what is being suggested? It is an easy matter to preach to and convert the choir. What about the outsider, the one with no interest in the outcome of what is being discussed? What is missing from the environmentalist movement and other programs is an objective standard. Without an objective method of validating policy options, we have nothing to believe in. That is, to believe in a course of action, it has to have substance. We cannot expect anyone to trust in a process that has no predictability component. The first thing that must exist if faith is to exist is truth. Truth absolutely must exist if we are to have faith in what essentially is being said to be the truth. There has to be predictability. This is another term for reality. Reality is the component of our lives that is predictable. This is why we think reality is real. We can trust reality because we know reality can be counted on to be as we expect it to be. Things are where we expect them to be, and they appear when we think they will. Reality must be predictable and therefore logical if reality is to be trusted. If we are to have faith in reality, it must exhibit the same characteristics as truth. We cannot have faith in anything that is not founded on predictable outcomes. Without truth, predictability is not possible. If predictability is not possible, reality is not possible. Reality is what we have faith in, it is the predictable component of our lives. To live in truth, mankind must live in reality. To live in reality, mankind must embrace truth. Reality is a truth we can believe in. But without faith, none of this makes any sense. To know truth and what is real, we must have a standard against which to measure reality and truth. There needs to be a method of comparison available to us. Man must have choices, but choice requires a quantified distinction between different policy options. Logically, mankind must choose between what to have faith in and what to doubt and reject. There must be a clear and objective distinction between the things of faith and the things ephemeral. Choices are always between things with value. We choose something that has value for us. That which has no value is never chosen. Choices are about what we're willing to give up to get what we value more. Making a choice is a process of giving up something to get more of something. We need to have faith in the processes of the market. A choice is ultimately a leap of faith, a belief in the process and the people with whom we deal. Economic exchanges provide buyers and sellers with a path to truth and reality. We get what we want and eliminate what is not wanted. This is a new reality. We call it civilization. People must be willing to pay the cost of the goods and services they want if they expect to get what they want. Faith is not free. If we break trust with those with whom we trade, the process is discarded. We must pay the costs good faith requires. Logic as reality is not modified by things that are not true. Reality is adamant, pragmatic and dogmatic in the face of people's opinions. We cannot defeat logic or truth with our feelings. We must pay for what we get. To pay our costs, we need to have ownership of what we create. Ownership is absolute and unqualified, or it is not ownership. Those who add equity to the assets of the world own what they create. No one has a claim on the work and value added by others. Freeloading off others breaks faith. Without faith, markets collapse. If we cannot add value and make choices based on faith, we have literally abandoned reality. If we break faith with our fellows, we lose the ability to define reality and, in the process, we lose the capacity to build a civilization. To own and exchange goods and services is to exhibit faith in our fellows. We cannot save the planet without faith in our fellow man. To save the planet is a work of faith, done in faith, alongside the people of faith. The planet, as we envisage it, is a work of faith. It will not be created by anything other than as an act of faith. If you have no faith, there is no foundation on which to do this work. For you, there is only the moment you now live in. Without faith, there is literally no future. Progress is an event created by adding value to assets. Without a way to measure direction and speed, the idea of progress has no substance. Without progress being quantified, policy cannot be evaluated. Progress produces civilization by means of faith. Progress is a product of faith, produced by people of faith. Those with faith have faith in the people and the process that produce products and services that have value. Increases in productivity follow increases in specialization. Specialization does not happen without faith. Faith is all there is. The more motivated the person is to produce things of value, the more specialized becomes the product of their hands. Economic development does not happen without faith in those who work in faith. This is the church. If we seek to be faithful, we are productive. Motivation follows from man's desire to be faithful. Some will ask, to whom are we to be faithful? These lack faith, for we are to be faithful, first to our own identity. We must be faithful to whom we truly are, to the image of who we are that we hold in our bodies. This is the person who we are to become and with whom we dare not break faith. Those who break faith with themselves are spiritually dead. All progress is a seeking for the truth. Logically, there is nothing that motivates man more than the desire to discover the truth. Man is created to discover the truth. There is no greater truth of greater importance than the truth of whom we are. Truth creates value and produces progress. All economic development discovers new truths and adds additional value to what exists. All we have is information, and all we can hope for is to develop information we can have faith in. This is truth. This is the purpose of mankind, to seek truth. We seek the truth analytically through logic and in the world by experience. Ultimately, all truth is information that can be trusted. If we do not have faith in ourselves, who can we trust? Apriorian Consulting specializes in faith-based investing. We advise clients on where to invest their time and other resources based on faith-based criteria. Apriorian Consultants explores the nature of faith and the things we believe, seeking to understand why we believe what we believe. Apriorians investigates the terms of faith. We look at what factors justify faith. When is faith warranted, and what ought we to invest in? Investing is a work of faith. We invest in what we have faith in. We must have faith in our own future self. We need to invest accordingly. We need to have faith in the people of faith. If we cannot have faith in the people of faith, how can we claim to have faith God, from where all faith comes? Investing is a work of faith that requires faith, but faith cannot be based on subjectivity, or it is not faith, but irrational and baseless hope. Works of faith build the church. Investing ought to build up the people of God. Faith-based investing is a work of faith. Apriorian Consulting assists clients in discovering who they can have faith in and why. We help clients look at what they already have faith in and in what areas this faith is most likely to bear fruit. We must build and do our works of faith where these works will bear the most fruit, meaning the most value for the people of faith. Our works of faith, our investing, builds up the people of God as the Church of God. Find out more at https://apriorian.com.